Lily, it's great to finally have you on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I have been watching your show, China Uncensored, for years and years.
Yeah, well, we've been following your career. You've certainly made quite a splash, and I think there's a lot Americans can learn from your story. So I guess let's start at the beginning. You grew up under Mao's Cultural Revolution. What was daily life like for you as a kid, and how did that how did that political movement shape your childhood?
I think today my message, my stories, and my political activism is really based on my, especially my childhood, surviving Mao's communism. And when I was 2 years old, that's when he started Cultural Revolution. When he died, I was 12. So think about that. My memory started under his Cultural Revolution, and I was innocent little so-called red class child. My parents were illiterate government factory workers. We lived in a shared community housing row house with 8 families and children, and extremely primitive living conditions. We share one hole on the ground as one bathroom for all women and one for all men, and one water faucet. And just extremely primitive living conditions. Of course, I did not know say better because everybody was chanting "Long live Chiang Mai, long live the Communist Party," and big loudspeakers come on. Kind of remind you the Nazi concentration camp. Every morning we were next to my school, so the loudspeaker come on 6:30 in the morning. Time to wake up, time to go to work, and time to go to school. Long live Chiang Mai. That's how my memory started. And of course, my grandma babysitted me a lot before I officially went to school as an elementary school student. So that Red Guards chanting, holding struggle sessions in the public squares, and the Black families keep their head down, and the Red Guards were in the military trucks with the PLA to go to execution spots in Chengdu, where I grew up, to say we got to kill those political enemies. It was very, very traumatic.
And I bet the Red Guards weren't much older than you.
Oh yeah, my Red Guards were more like my uncles, aunts generations, like about 10 years, 5 to 10 years older than me. So thank goodness my memory started like 4 or 5, like the height of Cultural Revolution, which was 1968. So that's what you saw. It's a school shutdown, political, social chaos, loudspeakers, struggle sessions. Thank goodness, actually, my memory come back just 2021 during pandemic. My first traumatic memory was somebody committed suicide, jumped into the community water well, and I just got scared. I ran away and never thought about it until that memory come back to me in the hospital. And I was just lying there doing nothing, and no family could visit. It's like I came back home after I got recovered. I asked my uncle, who was that guy in the water well? Like we did not have water for a couple of weeks. I said, my uncle told me who was Red Guard, who went to countryside for 10 years. He said that was a Black family, and he wanted to kill himself. He couldn't handle the torture, the struggle session anymore. Probably wanted to save his family from those political alliance called the Black families. So if you are born rich landlord, you are classified as Black, and your wife, your kids will be labeled as Black class. So Mao divided all the Chinese into 10 classes, 5 red hates 5 Black, and they fight each other. That was all the struggle session was about under his revolution.
So did you have a sense of pride being from a red family and with all of this, cultural revolution going on?
Oh, I was Mao's young pioneer when I first went to elementary school, because my parents were red class workers, peasants, and I was best student in the class, and I bragged to my classmates I would be the first one join Mao's young pioneer. And she reported me to the teacher to say, she is not humble. She's full of herself. And my teacher told me, we're not going to let you to join Young Pioneer for a year to see how you improve to be like everybody else. So I always tell people that story changed my life. At the age of 7, I had to comply to become member of a collective society, keep my individual expressions, my confidence, my freedom, basically all to myself. Don't even share your thoughts and don't trust anybody, include your best friends, include your family members. So I could join Mao's Young Pioneer. So I was 7 years old. I think that changed my life somehow because I just learned how to comply, how to not keep separate life, one for yourself privately, your private thoughts. So when we ask to write the diaries to teacher to review during school years, I wrote all the red stuff. I learned how to survive, be a survivor, because I know I cannot trust anybody. I have to only say politically correct in order to become the best students and class monitors, become Mao's, Young Pioneer and the Red Guard.
So that was going on really for this formative decade of your life. At any point during the Cultural Revolution, was there something that happened that made you start to doubt the system, or were you really like a young pioneer, like, pro-Mao like the whole time?
I had questions, but I learned not to ask questions publicly. I had the questions in my own head after that lesson. So I noticed my neighbors would be whispering very quietly, talk about we have 2 neighbors disappeared. So I would say, what happened? They were talking and they would say, shh, quiet child, don't talk. Like just go away. And also I was listening to the slogans all the time. And, Red China, without the Communist Party, you will not have New China. Taiwanese people are suffering. We need to go liberate them. So I was just asking myself, I'm hungry. I live on food rationing with my parents of 5, like we were live on, everything was food rationing and coupons and include even clothes and fabrics. It's like, how could they be worse off than we were? Because my videos on X, I talk about family of 5, because my parents were workers class, not high-level Communist Party officials. Family of 5 were rationed to 2.7 pounds of protein coupons per month. That include all the eggs, all the meat. So it's like I was hungry all the time, no protein, and even sugar and the pork fat was luxury and no milk. And so I said, how did Taiwanese people survive? Because we were actually pretty hungry. That means they were really starving. That means they don't have room rights to eat. I was totally brainwashed, but I just had the questions. But the first time I truly asked a serious question is after Mao died. Because after you chanting, long live Chairman Mao, long live the Communist Party for all those school years, 7 years non-stop in school, 6 days a week. My brain was dead. I never challenged question about if Mao is God or immortal or he is a human being. So when he died, I had some brain left and I said, he's a human. He's not a super leader. He's not God. He's not like live 10,000 years, time 10,000 years, like 1 million years. Somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to my generation. Somebody lied to entire Chinese population. That's when I started to really get so lost and depressed. I was not smiling anymore, but I still could not ask those questions. I knew I was not politically correct. So I just said, I just got to search for truth on my own. I want to go to the best university possible to search for truth. That's when the university opened, when I was 14. And then we started to study really hard. My only goal became, I want to go to the best university possible, even though I had no educated parents. I had no money. I had no political connections. But I was born with good memories. I was a very good student.
Well, I'm curious. You were saying how you couldn't trust anyone. You learned to hide. Do you feel like other people learned those lessons as well? Did that change for people after Mao died, or did this have some kind of long-lasting effect on the psyche of the Chinese people?
I think when I was growing up, everybody just looked unhappy and stone-faced like a robot. So we were required to pretty much wear a few colors of clothing. As a girl in schools, we had a hair approved styles. I cannot have my hair laid down like this because it's just too free and too capitalist. They call the capitalist lifestyle or bonjiwa. So you need to wear white and green and dark blue and basically conform. And in order to wear red scarf and join red guard groups, and the workers were the same thing. And at your private time, you could wear something different. So a little bit individualistic there, but you could get criticized in school. So that I don't know how other people thought. I was just always good student, happy. And sometimes I was a red child and they would tell me, why are you so happy? Why are you smiling? Well, I was a happy child. But when other people are not smiling, especially, they were doing some political stuff, everything was political. So you could not just be yourself, be naturally a happy child. So I have to think about something even to say. I'm talking to Chiang Mai Mao. Then they're happy. So I had to say something PC. But I was so brainwashed that I thought Mao was like God. So I was, really imagine, I feel like I was talking to him sometimes. He looked down on me from the sky, from the clouds. And when we burn the wood to do stir fry under Chinese wok in our outdoor kitchen, very poor outdoor kitchen, I couldn't see his face rising up because every day we had to study his Chiang Mai Mao's Little Red Book. That's why it's so sad to hear people go to Little Red Book app here.
Oh, Xiaohongshu.
Yeah, Xiaohongshu. And so we had to study his Mao Zuxi Yulu, Chiang Mai Mao's Red Book quotations, and remember his quotations and recite them in schools. I was a class monitor. I need students to recite those. So every day you were talking to Chiang Mai Mao, reciting his quotations. So I feel like he was just like, look at me and smiling at me. That's how brainwashed I was.
That was just one clip from our hour-long podcast. I invite you to watch the whole thing at our community platform, Uncensored.tv. We rely on your support to keep making this podcast, so join us and you'll get all the full-length podcasts, audio downloads, exclusive live streams, and lots more stuff. So go to Uncensored.tv and subscribe. I'll see you there.